Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Rebel Inc. Escalation and our Brutal Guide series. Again, not doing Mega Brutal right now, just Brutal difficulty. I think it's a very good primer for people who are just getting into the game and are looking to hone their skills on the tactical side of things. Now, last time we did the Civil Servant and we did Saffron Fields. Today we're going to move on to the Mountain Pass map, and we're going to play with a different governor, the Economist. And the Economist is not the best character in my opinion. The real trick of the Economist is that it gets its entire annual budget in one go. So you get a huge influx of money, but then you have to wait a very, very long time for any extra funds. The Economist also gets some unique initiatives that allow it to burn down inflation very quickly, but to be honest, if you're playing the game properly, I would argue you don't really have inflation issues for most of the game anyway. So, not the best character, and in fact actually comes with the downside of building up corruption faster than usual. So, if anything, I'd say maybe it's a slightly harder character. We're going to stick with the same lineup. I think this one works for almost every single scenario and every character. Could be wrong on that point, but it's worked out well for me up to this point. Let's play on Brutal difficulty and rename this to Foxtrot Flower. Sounds great. Alright, now this map has a lot of extra mountains kind of spread out, and it's a little harder to corral the insurgents than before. Generally, you want them to probably get stuck in one area right here, up over here, or over here, but not spread out across all of them. That's not going to work out very well for you. I think that setting up your HQ over here is perfectly fine around this city. Another alternative might be right up here. I don't really think over here matters too much, so this should be okay, and it provides some good security for some of the nearby zones. So let's just go ahead and set this up like so. Go to speed 2. Gonna open up with our same opening, but again, watch the inflation, watch the corruption. Now, inflation, if I am understanding correctly, only builds up really if you buy initiatives in the same category in a row. So right now we should see some inflation go up, but if I then switch over to civilian, we don't see very much inflation at all. So since inflation is a concern with the Economist, just be aware of that. Buying initiatives in the same category, that's one of the big reasons you're having the problem. Maybe take a break and move on to something else. Let's go for the regional census, and then we're going to back off for a minute. We're going to let this start to build out. Now, notice we have a lot of extra money because we received our entire allowance in advance, which is fine, but it means that we need to be very careful with how we spend our money. Stagger it out. Don't spend it all at once. It sounds tempting, but don't do it. And actually, maybe going for the international assistance would be really good for us. I'm not too sure. I am going to go for anti-corruption level 1 just because I know corruption is a little bit of a problem. And then we're going to go for international assistance in this case. Again, I think international assistance works fine on Brutal difficulty. Not sure you can really waste the time on Mega, but at least in Brutal, it seems all right. Let's go for some medical supplies and also some infrastructure discussions to open up roads and other things. Right now, medical concerns are up there, but that's fine. We did just unlock some medical initiatives, so I think we'll be okay there. Let's go for the telecoms kind of early on. Looking at that corruption with a little bit of apprehension, but telecoms, if they can spread out and get that extra support, helps us stabilize really, really early on, and I think that is quite nice. For government here, the PR campaign is probably worthwhile because I want to gain as much early game support as possible, win over these hostile populations, and prevent them from becoming insurgents. Charities are prepared to help. Perfect. Let's go for the funding-only option. And I'm hoping this means, since we did this early enough, before we got our first annual budget, we're going to walk away with a lot of extra money. I'm hoping that's what this means. I never actually tried that before. This is kind of the thing I did on the cuff. Oh, look, 45 bucks. Wow, yay, joy. That's so generous. Okay, let's go for some more core healthcare, since that's what a lot of regions are currently worried about. And then let's go for some more anti-corruption and burn that down. I'm going to save some money, though, because I do know we're going to have military initiatives pretty soon. Now, I think that the Economist does have an advantage that the insurgents cannot spawn in the first year, I think. So, there is that, and I'm guessing that the tribal chief then pushes it back a little bit further. Haven't tested that to be sure. But yeah, so you have a little bit of extra breathing room to kind of build up some cash, but I do want to have some money available to quickly pick up some coalition soldiers. Let's go for the outreach office to try and build up some initiatives a little faster. So we're going to try to build these up, just again, since we have some of these initiatives sitting around, including telecoms, let's just build them as fast as we can. Okay, now we can build up a military. Let's go for the coalitions, and let's go for the national soldiers. Go ahead and start training some of both. One coalition troop should be enough on Brutal difficulty to keep these guys under control, at least for the time being. We could go for another one, but I don't think we necessarily need to do that. Another PR campaign. is actually tempting, but what I'm going to go for instead is universal justice a little on the... No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for roads. I'm going to go for roads because I want to be able to move my troops around a little bit faster using the public outreach that we're doing to build these a little bit faster here. We actually already stabilized a region, which is really impressive. Not so hard on Brutal difficulty. It's actually hilarious. Having played this on Mega Brutal now, I'm like realizing just how much easier Brutal difficulty actually is. Dang. All right, what are people concerned about? Telecoms, electricity, and health. Well, we're already trying to push health out, so that's fine. Electricity, all right, we'll pick that up because it does ultimately help to roll out initiatives a little bit faster. So it's okay, but mostly I'm preempting what I think regions are going to be concerned about. If I see one region concerned about electricity, I feel reasonably confident that at least a couple more are going to have the same concern. It seems that the game really does narrow down on 3 specific initiatives that you need to focus on. Women's rights law proposed. We are going to go for a full reform to gain the free reputation. There is a good chance this is going to upset the conservatives, but it also increases our support level in the urban zone, so that's fine. We do see a decrease in rural and remote regions, but again, controlling the urban regions a little faster works just fine with me. Let's go for another national soldier, just deploy those a little bit sooner. Okay, so they have spawned. Now, sometimes you'll find some intelligence that gives you like a little box with a question mark, and that will tell you where the insurgent camp is located. In this case, I have no idea until I see where the next round of insurgents spawn, so I'm going to take a guess that it's over here. But it's going to take me a little time to move around. Let's see if they spawn anywhere else, and that should help me narrow it down a little bit faster. We could go for a garrison. Not sure we need that right now, though. I think we need to go for another anti-corruption a little earlier. Playing as the Economist, dealing with corruption sooner rather than later is kind of important. All right, actually, they just spawned right here. So between both of these, that tells me it's probably right here, actually. So let's redeploy. Of course, now we have to, you know, take the time to move our troops over here, but I'm betting the camp's right there. Actually, wait. Nope, I'm wrong. It is right here. That's what I'm talking about. That little question mark you can see, that is the camp. So let's actually go ahead and move them. I just wasted some time, but oh well. It's fine. We just need to deal with this. Okay, let's wait for our next round of funding. Not a lot that I can do with only $8 at the moment. More telecoms. Yeah, we're already trying to spread that around. It looks like they want the next level of them. But I don't think I can really do that at the moment. I would love to go for garrisons. But again, nothing we can do until we get more funding. That's the problem with the Economist. Like, the pacing is all messed up. Now, I don't like that these guys are moving down over here, but there's not a lot I can do at the moment. Let's try to win here in the remote regions. It's going to be a little tough. I am not convinced we can win this fight. Fighting in the mountains is hard. Oh, good. Okay, sure. More insurgents over here, and sure enough, there's another camp. So we just found one using our intelligence. Yeah, this map is a lot tougher just because it's very easy for the insurgents to get out of control. The saffron fields, no problem at all. Now, we're doing great in terms of reputation, but we'll be all right, but still. Let's see. A judge at the center of a corruption scandal. I think we're going to have to decrease corruption and increase support, aren't we? There may not be a qualified replacement, which loses reputation overall, but oh well. Now, we're in a bad spot where I actually can't deal with these guys, so I'm going to back off with these troops. They're going to gain... I'm going to lose reputation because I lost a fight, but I think we have to deal with that. Now that we have more funding, let's quickly grab some garrisons and a couple more coalition troops. This is going to be a little expensive, but I think we need it. Let's build a garrison up here in the mountains, I guess. Not normally where I would want to place them, but oh well. A high population area is threatened, which is a big deal. So let's quickly move these guys out of the way. And then... probably going to move you guys over here as well and try to start pushing these guys back. We need to start corralling them into a corner. Find and destroy the insurgent camps. Working on it. That's what we're doing right here. Should easily be able to push these guys back, but the fact that they got an urban center is not good. So this is turning into a fairly sloppy opening for me right now. But that's where we get. Let's move these guys over here and try to prevent them from setting up and entrenching themselves. Too late. They got it anyway. Okay. Let's go for the airstrikes and try to get a little bit of an extra combat advantage. We did destroy that camp. That's... oh, yes, we did destroy it. Okay, I was afraid we didn't. So that worked out. Move some national troops, prevent these guys from taking the roads. Now, whenever you do airstrikes, you are going to get events like this pretty often. Covering up always seems to be the better choice. It's pretty rare that the chance goes above like 10%. But yeah, it's almost always worth doing that. Let's go ahead and push forward here and try to push these guys back. I don't like that they can get across this bridge right here, but we got to push them back somehow. Okay, this is working fine. I'm going to move you here as well. Now, usually it looks to me like the insurgents don't want to go into a territory that has a fort, a garrison, unless they absolutely have to. Okay, now they're going for this urban center. I'm going to quickly deploy the national troops right there. Corruption is ticking down pretty nicely right now. Now I'm going to go for the Universal Justice to try and increase support level and decrease the number of hostile population as much as we can. These guys are getting pushed back. They are going for my garrison. Always wait until you see this arrow before you move your troops, because if you move them before... it looks like they're retreating, but if you move before the arrow is here, then they sometimes will just stay right where they were before. So now that he's moved, I can quickly redeploy my troops, like so, and they'll move out. But still, just be aware that that is a thing. So we're getting attacked over here. I'm going to go ahead and push forward since some insurgents left the zone to attack the city. This area is a little bit more vulnerable than before. Airstrikes should assist me. We can go for probably the National Travel Logistics and another national troop. And then... how are we doing in terms of people? For the most part, we're actually looking okay. Now, there is some concern about jobs. A new thing is coming up. I could work on that, but instead I'm going to work on some more roads for faster travel speed and for the combat bonus, especially in the more rural areas. Okay, concern over lack of jobs. Once you see a pop-up that says there's a concern about something, you have to deal with it. If you ignore it, you're going to have a bad time. Let's move these guys over here and try to just take the zone away, since we don't like that they are controlling the zone. I'm losing reputation. Right now, we're losing reputation due to insurgent activity. The more insurgents there are, the more zones they control, the more reputation you lose. So getting rid of a couple of these is going to be pretty important for me. We are going to go for some guns for the national troops and try to make them a little bit more effective. Airstrikes are working pretty nicely over here. Want to push these guys out of the urban center, please, quickly. Okay, should be winning this fight, no issue. Still stabilizing over here. Significant concern due to a lack of jobs. Okay, now we really need to deal with it, as opposed to before. Keep pushing them back into the mountains, keep them corralled, keep them under control. I'm going to build a... I can't build a garrison there. All right, we're going to move troops over here since I see them moving in this direction. Try to prevent them from getting control over here. If I could get some money, I would happily build these garrisons, but at the moment, that doesn't seem to be much of an option. I could push into the mountains and try to fight these guys, and I guess I will, but using the coalition soldiers since they are better at fighting at the beginning of the game. We may not have a chance to build this because it probably is going to expire before we actually gain any more money. So that's highly unfortunate. Yep, we actually cannot build the garrison. Darn. This is why I don't like the Economist. Really don't like it, which is ironic because I kind of feel like the Economist should be my favorite class. All right, jobs, and then we're going to go for the Development Bank. And you know what? We can afford to go for the Livestock Development as well. A little bit of inflation comes out of that, but we really need jobs because that's what people are currently concerned about, and that's what's going to cost me a lot of my support. Corruption's still a little high, but not too bad. We could go for strategic communications, and because we already have so many initiatives, you can see our support level goes up by a lot more. Instead, though, I'm going to go ahead and train another troop. And I could go for the garrisons, but I'm going to go for the better weaponry. And now we're out of money once again, so I'm probably not going to get another fort, but oh well. We don't have enough money to do a counterstrike against our foreign rivals, so we're going to have to publicly accuse, and this always works poorly for you, and all of a sudden the insurgents feel emboldened, and blah, blah, blah. Let's move these guys down here, because I think we're about to be attacked. Yep, sure enough. We should be able to reinforce that, though. We've so far doing a pretty good job of keeping these guys under control without losing any coalition troops up to this point. Another war distracts the coalition. Oh, crud. We're probably going to get a pop-up about that in a second. Let's move over there, try to stop these guys from moving in. Still waiting for my next round of funding. Corruption's a little on the high side, so we definitely have to deal with that pretty soon. What's losing corruption? Reputation. Right now it is definitely the corruption, so being over 50% is hurting me a little bit. Let's go ahead and move these guys over here, just to control some more mountains and try to prevent any more camps from spawning nearby. Just leave them to do their thing and keep bombing the crud out of them. That's the goal. Alright, Coalition wants to withdraw soldiers. We could prevent them and lose reputation, we could allow it and temporarily lose a Coalition soldier, or we can negotiate, asking for a rapid replacement, asking for compensation, but there's a good chance it upsets the Coalition. I think I'm going to go ahead and just allow it for now. We're actually okay in terms of troops. This guy's going to be the one pulling back in the mountains. So let's move you over here to control this. I would love to build a garrison. We probably will have enough money to do that this time. Remember, by the way, the more regions we stabilize, the more income I should be getting. Ah, okay, they did spawn another camp right here, which I don't like. And this guy wants to leave me. Boo. Okay, hang on. Let's try to send the Coalition soldier to go deal with these guys while you go destroy the camp. I do want to build this garrison, help control this area a little bit faster. And then we kind of need to get the corruption down further. And I'm going to go for strategic communications, and I'm going to save some money, because I might need to buy some more Coalition units to deal with the ones I just lost. Losing two kind of rapidly like that hurts a little, so I don't like that. Yeah, let's push you back. If we see these guys moving around, we need to deal with them. I'm actually going to move you over here just so I can quickly move a troop in position if he does decide to attack over here or over here, for example. Okay, he's going to an urban center. Now I have to send this guy home, unfortunately. We're kind of out of time there. And let's go ahead and get a replacement. It does cost me almost all of my remaining money, but I certainly don't want to leave these guys running rampant, do I? Okay, so we're going to push him out of here, hopefully. National soldiers are doing a pretty good job so far keeping these guys under control. Oh, hang on. Let's move over there. Okay, and let's move you over here. Again, I have not got the foreign relations, so I don't have a choice but to do the public accusation, which always hurts. So we actually should probably save some money for that soon. All right, these guys are getting pushed into mountains. That's fine. I'd much rather they be in remote regions. Let's move some troops over here, because once we win this fight, I want to control where they run to, and that's not over in the urban region. We're protecting over here just fine right now. Looking okay. Stay in these remote regions. That's perfectly okay. Okay, that's working fine. So now we're going to move you over here. And we're going to move you over... No. We're going to move you over here. We're going to try to push these guys out of the mountains if we can. Okay, hang on. Move the troops over in this direction. Again, this is where I'm saying that things get really like a tactical game. Notice, by the way, we're making a lot more money due to having so many stable regions, so this is working nicely. Again, cover up the airstrikes pretty much always. In terms of concerns, it looks like it's all about electricity at this point, so let's do that. Let's go for the public relations so we don't have this happen to us anymore. And we could go for the bank reserve increase, again, reducing inflation, but I just don't think this is worth the money. I mean, inflation really is not an issue if you play correctly. We could go for a corruption reduction. I'm not worried about it anymore, though. Let's go for the drones, so I can get a little bit more intelligence of the areas and find things. We're going to threaten the insurgents. It will antagonize them, but I need some more reputation at the moment. Okay, we're not winning this fight very nicely right now. But I need reinforcements here in the mountains still. I think you're going to be okay. You should be all right. Let's go for a garrison reinforcement so that these are far more effective. Hopefully we get to set up another one over here pretty soon. That's what I want. Let's see. I'm going to move you here, move you here, move you here. These guys are under control. Wait, hang on. Move you here instead. Sorry. We're about to get attacked in this crossroads, and I don't want that. Can I please attack you? Hang on. Yeah, let's just keep forcing them into the mountains. Kind of force them closer to the corners. We have to send these guys away. But we're not going to do that immediately. We're going to wait a little bit. We are going to go for... what? Do we need anything right now? It's all about electricity, which I'm already working on. Let's go ahead and pick up the local police recruitment so we can get some extra initiatives that make it harder for insurgents to take over areas. Okay, we should be able to win this fight pretty easily. Looks like we were able to push these guys back just before we lose the troops, so that's good. Let's build a garrison. And then, yeah, we're going to have to send you home. And it looks like they are still retreating. I was a little worried that we retreated too soon and they were going to pull back, but that didn't happen. Perfect. All right, let's move you here, move you here. Give them a second to... whoops, hang on. Sorry, I didn't realize we were under attack there. Nope, do this first. Retreating, always bad. Losing infrastructure of roads, also bad. Move you down here. Speaking of roads, would love to continue building a few more, if at all possible. We are going to do some subtle pressure against our our foreign enemy, now that we have that option. Let's go for the dirt roads. So far, support is still building up pretty nicely. We are going to go for the interpreters and guides for better intelligence of the areas. And this is a slight issue. Okay, now where did you spawn from? Let's go deal with them. We're going to keep these guys corralled for the moment. We'll get this reputation back pretty quickly. This shouldn't be too hard for me to win. I'm now concerned that there's a camp somewhere. But where could there be a camp if they're spawning over here? This is a problem. This is a huge problem, because I don't know where it could be. I would think that maybe it's up here. It's not what I want to believe, but maybe it is. Okay. So now we're in this weird spot where I'm having a hard time keeping these guys under control. Move you here. Let's keep chasing these guys down and go attack and try to finish this off so I can free up some troops and stop leaving these guys corralled. But pretty soon we're going to have to break them all up. Let's see. We could go for better airstrikes. More civilian casualties are likely, but so far, honestly, is not much of a problem. So let's go ahead and make that better. And then let's go for more dirt roads so we can move around a little bit faster in these areas, get a slight combat increase. Should be able to push these guys back, no problem. We get that reputation right back, thank you. I don't see where they're going to attack next. The National Soldiers should be able to win this. These guys are going to get just destroyed because they can't go anywhere. Let's move you over here. We're deploying pretty quickly now that we have some roads. It does help. Okay, these guys are dead. We found a camp. Okay. Let's move someone over here, someone up over here, and then someone over here for reinforcements. Okay, we're losing a fair bit more reputation than I would like. We could get involved and get some more, which I will do. We didn't actually gain any corruption, which is awesome. Electricity is looking fine so far. Again, the more initiatives we have to improve against the hostile population, the less likely we're going to have insurgents in the first place. Let's get some water. And then let's go for the civil assistance, rolling out initiatives increasing support level wherever we have troops, including these remote areas like so. They are trying to push out over here. Let's see. I'm going to try moving some troops over here to prevent these guys from going into the mountains. I want to box them all back into a corner. Subtle pressure did work. It does increase the insurgent capability this time around. Good. There you go. Those airstrikes are working pretty nicely. Okay, we're taking a bit of damage here. I'm going to go ahead and move just so we can quickly reinforce. Missed this. We should still win this fight. I'm surprised we're struggling as much as we are. Okay. We were able to push these guys back. Let's go up into the mountains like so. We did get some support in the urban regions. That's going to be very good for my bottom line. Highways for better travel, I think. And let's also go for the democratic transition so we can have some elections for more reputation, and also the local police expansion so the insurgents have a hard time taking control of the regions. It just gives me more time to react to situations. Also, I believe that the police have a chance at killing insurgents on their own, which is great. We're going to try to keep troops out of areas where we don't have support. Into areas where we don't have support, so I can get intelligence and build things up a little bit faster. Build up that intel. Cover up, again, only 5% chance. Probably going to be better for us to just pretend nothing bad happened. Civil integration should be fine for a better support level. And then, I don't think I need the human terrain system as far as antagonizing the locals. That really should not be an issue. Let's go for the remote outreach, so we can start building these areas up with initiatives a little bit faster. Whenever you have the updated rules for engagements, I almost always go for relaxed rules. Yeah, there are civilian casualties. Yes, that upsets people, but I don't want to risk the airstrikes not being able to fire where I need to. So I don't worry about that. Protests against new women's rights. We are going to engage the critics. A good chance that this doesn't work, but I'm going to try to prevent people from being upset that women are now getting into some power. Slight increase in corruption. Not a big deal, really, though. That's perfectly fine. Let's move some troops over here to these mountains, again, just to build up some more initiatives and also detect anything. We are going to threaten these guys one more time. And then I think after that, we probably can go ahead and start engaging with them. What's costing me reputation right now? Corruption primarily. Okay. Well, we could go for a purge and roll that back, and it also increases support level a fair bit, so we'll do that. A garrison over here is not necessary, but on the off chance somebody spawns a camp, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so far looking good. Let's move you, since it looks like we're about to be attacked. Prioritize elections. We have some extra money, so I'll do that to gain some free reputation. If you don't have a lot of money, don't worry about it. You can just go for plan elections, and that's not a big deal. Let's go for the remote subsidies to build initiatives faster and remote. On this particular map, you can see that a lot of the zones are remote, so anything that improves your remote abilities is probably going to be better. Okay, see, here's what I was talking about with these guys over here. Let's go deal with them. Let's see if we can find a camp in the mountains. I'm guessing it's over here. Make sure these guys don't do anything I don't want. We're about to lose this troop. We're not going to deal with it right now. Found the camp. Okay, destroy that, please. They are retreating over here. Oh, we're under attack. Okay. Let's go over this direction. And also, let's deal with the camp first, if possible. Full elections for better reputation. Always a chance the insurgents get to interrupt you, but that really depends on how powerful they are. Let's apply some subtle pressure to reduce the power of the insurgents. We are about to lose this guy entirely, which is a problem. I need some more coalition troops to make up for the ones we're about to lose. And let's go for civil support to increase the support in a couple of these remote areas. All right, so now I have to send you home. Sorry. I have enough reputation. I don't have to do that, but I'm going to anyway. Okay, let's make sure that we push these guys back out of the urban area. Push you here. I want to Go attack here. I want to send you home. And then move here. Now, we're reaching the later stages of the game where you start running low on troops, which makes it harder and harder to keep people corralled. So you want to be able to deal with this while you have some coalition troops still sitting around. Just want to kill these guys quickly. Got him. There's got to be a camp somewhere because these guys just spawned. So we're going to assume it's over... We're going to assume it's up over here. Let's start applying some pressure on these guys and try to back them into a corner. Wait, we need to actually go deal with these guys, don't we? Yeah, let's do that. Try to find that camp. Let's go and actually unsiege this area real quick. Let's see. Can't get any more troops. We are going to go for more highways and some more water. And we still need jobs, apparently. Let's go for the land rights. We've got a lot of support building up right now. We shouldn't have that much more hostile population. You guys are getting pushed back into this urban zone. Okay. You guys are about to be attacked. That's fine. We are struggling a little bit over here. I'd like to get some reinforcements to win this fight. This guy is going to be annoying because he's going to keep going back and forth, isn't he? Let's try driving him into the mountains if we can. Subtle pressure, once again, very effective. Should be okay here. Okay, this is where things get really irritating. Let's go for... Let's go for more remote outreach. I have to go and push you back again. We're losing this fight completely, which surprises me. Found the camp, though. I'm hoping an airstrike will take this out. Let's try to get some more reinforcements so we can win this. I want to push them out of their mountains into a smaller area. Let's go ahead and try talking. There's a 52% chance they say no, but it looks like they did say yes, so we're okay. Let's go ahead and start working on that peace process. We're going to antagonize people. There goes the camp. No more spawning for you. Thank you. Cover things up, as we always do. Got plenty of money at the moment, so we should be spending this on something. Let's go for polio eradication. And let's go for more frequent airstrikes. And also combat sensors for drones. And also fuel and endurance so they stick in a zone more often. And then decrease the cooldown. This cost me inflation, but no corruption. So now we're going to have a lot of extra combat modifiers to hopefully win these a little bit faster. This guy got away from me again. Very irritating. Yep, keep bombing them. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Let's send some troops around. We are going to ban the insurgents from setting up a party. We are going to push over here, I guess. Okay, hang on. He's going this way. And we killed him before he could go anywhere because the garrison had him trapped. Perfect. All right. So now we're going to move forward with you. Send the coalition troop. Move you forward so we can have lots of reinforcements. And we're going to try to force you all into one area. They are attacking me, but my garrisons seem to be doing the job just fine. Let's go for more expanded healthcare and school supplies. Okay, now he's pushing down here, which I don't like. The larger the pyramid, the more insurgents there are, by the way, if you didn't know that. Okay, looks like because he's pulling back, we should be able to finish him off and push him into the mountains pretty easily like so. The Minnow-National forces remain indefinitely. Okay. Subtle pressure. Keep cutting support. I'm going to move you forward to actually start laying the attack on them. You can push forward as well. We have support almost everywhere, so I could deploy some troops over into these areas to try and build up support a little faster. Let's go for the cover-up. We should be able to kill most of these guys. Lots of casualties, I'm hoping. There we go. Got him. All right. So now we deploy troops in whatever areas are not currently supporting me. We just build up that support and we win. When you have a lot of extra money, you do have a pop-up to either donate to charity, which increases support, or to fund the military, making your national soldier strength better. In this case, we just killed the insurgents, so I don't need to worry about that. So we're just going to increase our support. We're going to imprison all the insurgent leaders. Then we're going to move on. So at this point, we should be able to easily win. The insurgents should apologize. Just keep antagonizing them as much as we can. Heck, at this point, we may not even need a peace deal. And this one ran a little bit longer. That's mostly just because it took a little bit longer for me to keep everyone under control. Let's go ahead and agree to a peace deal. We have plenty of a reputation at this point, and we should finish these zones very quickly and win the map. There we go. Done. Okay. Victory for me, 5 stars. 12,000 points. This was a bit slower, mostly because I had some trouble controlling some of the insurgents in the mountains, but overall, this went pretty darn well, I would say. So that's one more map under our control, and you guys now understand how the Economist works. I.e., not particularly well, but whatever. You gotta beat it with the Economist if you want to unlock the next characters. The next couple are actually pretty fun, so we'll come back to that next time, though. Thank you all for watching. I hope you found this guide helpful. If so, then I ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.